Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. How was your day? Alhamdulillah. I hope everything's running well. So today we're gonna talk about, can you guess? Yes, we're gonna talk about fat. But before we jump into the next step, let's watch the video first.
What does fat do to your body? You need to eat a small amount of fat as part of a balanced diet. It provides essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins that keep your body working. But fat is high in calories. 1 gram of fat contains about double the calories found in 1 gram of carbohydrate or protein. This means eating too much fat can lead to weight gain. Being overweight or obese increases your risk of heart disease by up to 28%, even if you're otherwise healthy. The type of fat you eat matters too. The main types of fat in food are saturated and unsaturated. They have different structures, so behave differently in your body. Too much saturated fat is linked to increased levels of bad, non-HDL cholesterol in your bloodstream. Too much bad cholesterol can increase your risk of heart and circulatory disease. Fatty deposits can build up in your arteries, and over time this can lead to symptoms of angina or even a heart attack. All fats and oils contain saturated and unsaturated fats. We classify them based on what they have most of. Coconut oil, ghee, fatty meats and cheese contain mainly saturated fat. Vegetable oils, oily fish, avocados, nuts and seeds contain mainly unsaturated fat. Trans fat is another type of fat. It can raise our non-HDL cholesterol levels. Small amounts are found in meat and dairy, and trans fats were added to foods in the past. But now UK manufacturers have removed this type of fat from their products. Because of this, our intake of trans fats is now below the recommended maximum. Reference intakes, RIs, give you an idea of how much fat to eat. They are a maximum, not a target. The RI for fat is 70 grams per day. 1 tablespoon of oil or enough spread for 1 piece of bread are both around 10 grams. Of that 70 grams, less than 20 grams should be saturated fat. In the UK, most of us don't eat too much fat overall, but we do eat too much saturated fat. Swap saturated for unsaturated fat to help lower your cholesterol. Swap cheese for avocado. Swap fatty meat for oily fish. Swap chocolate for unsalted nuts. Compare food labels to make the healthiest choice. Use oil instead of butter, lard or ghee for cooking and measure it out. Every teaspoon of oil adds 25 calories. Choose leaner meat such as skinless turkey or chicken. Or have pulses, beans, eggs or fish instead.
We already watched the video, so my first question is, what will happen if we eat foods that contain too much fat? Great! It can lead to overweight or obesity and increase the risk of heart disease. For the second question is, what are the main types of fat? Good! Those are saturated and unsaturated fats. And for the third question is, what is the example of saturated fat? Nice! Those are coconut oil, meat, and cheese. Okay, for the last question is, what are the maximum grams of fat we can eat per day? Anyone knows? Yeah, nice. The maximum is 70% of fat per day. Good job, everyone! So now, let's do the experiment. First of all, what is the first step we should do before conducting an experiment? Yes, right. The first thing that we should do before conducting an experiment is prepare all the material and apparatus.
Okay, the second step is, what did you do with the ingredients that were prepared? Yes, puree the food ingredients using a pestle or mortar.
After that, where do we put all the mashed ingredients? Great! We place the mashed ingredients on a sheet of paper. Okay, next is, what should be done so that the materials that have been placed on the paper do not fall out? Then fold it so that the paper wraps the food perfectly. Okay, so far it's so good, everyone. Okay, let's do the next step. How do you distinguish one food item from another that has been wrapped in a paper? Nice! Label the paper with the name of each food. Okay, it will be our last step. What is being done to distinguish between paper containing fat and paper that doesn't contain fat? That's good. Take out 2 sheets of paper. First paper is dripped with oil and the second paper is dripped with water. After you conduct the experiment, please wait and observe until after 30 minutes. Alright, now can you see the observation table on your worksheet? Yes, right, it is the blue one. After we did the experiment, please fill in the experimental result into the following table. Enjoy your time. Everyone finish fill the worksheet? Okay, based on the result of your experiment, what food that contains fat? Yeah, it's a good answer. Food that contains fat are chocolate, potato chips, cheese, butter, and peanut. Okay, next, what is the evidence that this food contains fat? Would you please explain me? Nice answer. The evidence that this food contains fat is that when they are put on paper, the paper will appear transparent. The traces of grease will not disappear even after the paper has dried. Based on the experiment and discussion that you have conducted, what can you conclude? That's right, our body gets energy from the food that is eaten. A balanced nutrition must be in accordance with the body's needs. Each person needs the amount of energy according to their physical activity, age, gender, and body weight. Yay! So that's all for this session. Thank you so much. I'm proud of the way you worked today. See you in the next experiment. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.